Hello everyone, Donnie Nguyen here from Wolves of Investing, here with my first ever episode of Wolf Pie. This show is dedicated to investing in stocks one pie slice at a time on M1 Finance. Today, I'm going to give a quick overview of M1 Finance, and then I'm going to get into my own portfolio on M1 Finance. But before we get started, I've got to give you guys my quick disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Anything I discuss here is my own opinion and should only be used for informational purposes. M1 Finance is an investing platform that I just started using a few weeks ago, and I am super excited about it. It's commission free. It allows you to buy partial shares of stocks and ETFs, and you can set it up to automatically invest for you on a schedule. The way M1 Finance works is that you invest in what is called pies. There are several expert pies that you can choose from, or you can set up your own custom pie. First, I'm going to go over some of the expert pies. There's a mobile app and a desktop app. I'm here on the desktop app. To get to the expert pies, I click on research here at the top. Then as you can see here again at the top, here's expert pies. So there are several categories of expert pies you can choose from. Let's take a look at just a few of them. So I'm going to go click here on general investing. And as you can see here, there are multiple general investing strategy pies that you can choose from ultra conservative all the way to ultra aggressive. So I'm going to click over here on the ultra conservative pie. And if you scroll down a bit, you can see that this pie has 6 holdings. And it has a target of 82% in the SHY ETF, which is the iShares 1 to 3 year Treasury Bond ETF. The rest of this pie is split up into other ETFs, such as the Vanguard FTSE Developed Markets ETF, this Small Cap ETF, here's this iShares National Muni Bond ETF, an Emerging Markets ETF, and an S&P 500 ETF. So because this pie is 82% invested in the Treasury Bond ETF, it's considered ultra conservative. You can read more about this pie by reading through the profile and the methodology. So let's go back to expert pies, and I'm going to take a look at another one of those general investing pies. Let's go take a look at the ultra conservative pie. And you can see that there are 7 holdings here. Again, they're all ETFs, and if you look through it, there's 34% in FTSE Developed Markets ETF, 29% in the S&P 500 ETF, and then several other stock ETFs. There's an International Bond ETF, which is just 1%, and a REIT ETF, which is just 7%. So this pie is considered ultra aggressive because it's primarily invested in stocks. And you can see here, you can read through the profile and you can look at the methodology. Another thing I wanted to point out here is that this pie, it shows a 2.287 dividend yield, and it shows an expense ratio. The first time I saw this expense ratio, I was a little confused because this is a commission-free platform, and it is commission-free. You don't get charged for purchasing any of these pies. But because this is invested in ETFs, each of these ETFs have their own expense ratios, and Vanguard is known for having very low expense ratios, and it shows up here as a 0.05% expense ratio. Okay, so let's take a look at another expert pie, just one more. So this one looks very interesting. It's called Hedge Fund Followers. Let me click here. And this is supposed to mimic the strategies of some well-known, some famous hedge fund or other portfolio managers. Now, Berkshire Hathaway, obviously, that's not a hedge fund, but it is managed by Warren Buffett, so it's very popular. Then you have all these other hedge funds such as Greenlight Capital, Icon Capital, Paulson, Pershing Square, and these other hedge funds over here. So I'm just going to take a look at the Berkshire Hathaway pie. Now this pie is invested in 24 holdings. It has a 2.372% dividend yield. And here, as you can see, there's a zero expense ratio because it's invested all in individual stocks. There are no ETFs in this particular pie. And here, if you look at the profile, it just says, this pie seeks to replicate Berkshire Hathaway by matching the allocation in the most recent 13F filing. Berkshire Hathaway, run by legendary investor Warren Buffett, is a holding company engaged in many diverse business activities. Buffett is regarded as the ultimate value investor. And the methodology, they get the 13F filing from the SEC, and then they weight each security in alignment with its 13F holdings allocation. So one thing to note here, many of you know Berkshire Hathaway has a huge stake in Apple, so it's 24% target here. Many of these stocks, if you follow Warren Buffett, you know that he's owned Bank of America, he's owned Coca-Cola for several decades, as well as Wells Fargo and American Express. So it allocates each of these stocks in percentages. One thing to know, though, I do follow Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway. They have many more than 24 holdings. I don't remember the exact number. I think it's somewhere around 60 holdings. But the lowest amount you can invest in a stock or ETF is 1%, which is why it only holds 24 slices. So that's pretty cool. If you want to try to follow some of these strategies, you can try to invest like Warren Buffett. Now I'm going to take a look at my pies. So if you can see here, next to expert pies is my pies. And this area is separated out between the unused pies and the pies that are used in a portfolio. So the unused pies are the ones that I'm currently not invested in. This is a really interesting area. I've created two sample pies. One I called social media and one is called aerospace and defense. Let's take a look at my social media pie. And I created this pie to invest in Facebook and Snapchat, and I just allocated a 50% target in each of them. So this is really cool if you want to invest in social media and make your own little pie, and you can add other social media companies. So if I wanted to, I can edit this pie and add Twitter. So I clicked edit and then I clicked add, and I can search for Twitter here. I know that's TWTR. Click on Twitter. And if I click add to basket, I can then click add. And here you can see now I have the pie with 0% Twitter, 50% Facebook, and 50% Snapchat. And let's just play around with this. I'm going to put 51% Facebook. Let's do 20% Twitter. And let's see how much I need to do for Snapchat. I'll do 29% Snapchat. And click save. And now basically I created my own little mini ETF that just has 3 stocks in it: Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter. So this is really cool because sometimes you want to invest in a particular industry or area, but you may not want to put all your eggs in one basket. So I may say, you know, I like Facebook, but I don't want to invest all in Facebook. I'd rather invest in Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter. And there are other companies, you know, there are other ETFs that you can invest in, but sometimes those ETFs have 50 different stocks in them, and I don't want to invest in all those 50 different stocks. I just want to invest in these 3 stocks. So really cool way to invest, and not much more I can say about that. I also set up another one for aerospace and defense, and for this one, I have Lockheed Martin in here and Raytheon. I can add some other ones if I want to. So now let's take a look at my portfolio. My portfolio, I just picked 10 stocks that I really like. Here's Amazon, Florin Decor Holdings, Illumina, MasterCard, Mercury Systems, Moody's, Paycom, Republic Services, The Trade Desk, and Xilinx. And I just kept it simple, 10% target in each one of these stocks. So my strategy on M1 Finance is just to invest a little bit at a time. I'm just going to invest $20 a week into this portfolio. So that's all for today. I just wanted to give you all a quick overview of the M1 Finance platform. Again, I am really excited about it. If you want to sign up for M1 Finance, you can use my referral bonus, which I'll leave in the video description below. And currently, the bonus is that you get $10 and I get $10 if you sign up with my referral link. So if you like the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and make sure to leave a comment in the comment box. I want to thank you all for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all next time.